Hello friends and welcome back to the channel that helps you save money. In this episode I'm going to show you how, but more importantly why, I decided to replace the digital instrument cluster that I installed some time ago in my 2012 ML. First, let's see why I decided to replace the old 12.3-inch cluster with a newer and faster 10.25-inch version. The first reason is already obvious in this footage. No matter how hard I tried to fit this cluster perfectly into the dashboard without leaving any gaps around the frame, I just couldn't get it right. Also, all the 12.3-inch clusters sold on the market for the ML, GLE and GL have to protrude from the dashboard because there simply isn't enough space inside the dash to properly fit such a large display. Because of that, the final result doesn't really have an OEM look. And because the cluster protrudes and doesn't fit perfectly into place, driving over potholes or rough roads can cause some very annoying rattling and vibration noises. I actually had to add rubber pads between the frame and the trims underneath to reduce the noise. I've already installed several REEIIO digital clusters on customers' Mercedes C-Class and A-Class models, and every one of them told me they were very happy with the product. So when REEIIO launched this cluster for the ML, I decided to buy one for my own car as well. I ordered it almost immediately after it was released, and I can already say that the differences compared to my old cluster are major and definitely for the better. And because I'm a YouTuber, I managed to negotiate a substantial 23% discount for my viewers. But first, let me show you once again how to remove the original instrument cluster, because most of you are probably still using the factory one and are interested in seeing the entire installation process. I removed the original cluster in winter about a year earlier when I installed the old digital cluster. That's in case you're wondering why I'm suddenly going to switch from winter clothes to summer clothes. We'll need a plastic trim removal tool to remove the air vent on the driver's side. Then pull firmly on this small trim piece next to the steering wheel. The dimmer adjustment shaft passes through it. After installing a digital cluster, this shaft will only have a decorative role because the brightness is adaptive and can also be adjusted from the cluster menu. Then lower the steering wheel slightly so you can unclip the trim around the steering column. Behind the steering wheel, you'll find two T20 screws that need to be removed. Then you can unclip the instrument cluster. The only thing left is to disconnect the single connector. It has a locking tab that needs to be pressed while lowering the plastic lever until it reaches the horizontal position. The cluster is out, so now let me show you how to install the digital one. First, we need to remove 4 T9 screws that secure the rear cover of the original cluster. Then pull these plastic tabs outward to release the cover. Remove the front protective frame in front of the dials. We'll need to reuse these screws to secure the digital cluster. Next, I'll disconnect the small connector from the speaker in the rear cover. This small speaker is responsible for the turn signal and hazard warning sounds, but also for warning tones, so don't forget to reconnect it later. It doesn't have any retaining tab, so just pull it out. This is the original motherboard. We'll transfer both this and the rear cover directly to the aftermarket cluster without having to remove the gauges or the display. We will also reuse this dimming wheel. This is the box of the new REEIIO digital cluster. As I mentioned before, I've already installed many other products from them because they have affordable prices and my customers have been very happy with them. For this digital cluster as well as their other Mercedes digital clusters, I have a 23% discount code. You'll find all the links to those videos in the description. Let's see what you get in the box. This is the front part of the cluster featuring a 10.25-inch display. Here we have the main board and just one connector, which makes the installation very simple. They probably didn't have enough room to mention the full compatibility list on this label because this cluster is compatible with the ML, GLE, GLS, GL and G class. This board also has an HDMI port so you can mirror external devices. This is useful for those of you who want to mirror the screen of an Android head unit, but only if that head unit has an HDMI or USB video output. We also have this wiring harness with 3 connectors and a USB port. Basically, it creates a bypass so the screen can receive and display all the information from the CAN network that was also displayed by the original cluster. You don't need to leave the USB port exposed because this screen, unlike my previous one, supports over-the-air updates. As I said, everything is plug and play. Just take the gray connector, lift the plastic lever and insert the connector. You only need to make sure it is pushed all the way in. Then route the wiring along the edge of the housing and bring the cable out through here, making sure the protective foam around the wires sits right at the opening. I'll also install the dimmer control wheel from the original cluster and then attach the original motherboard to the back of the aftermarket cluster. Now we take the original rear housing and reconnect the buzzer wire to the original motherboard. I'll now place the housing over the motherboard. I'll make sure all the retaining tabs have locked the rear housing into place. We can now fix the rear cover using the 4 screws. And it really was that simple. All that's left now is to install it in place of the original cluster. The white connector on the wiring harness from the box connects to the connector on the original motherboard, while the black connector connects to the car's original connector. I placed the cluster behind the steering wheel, connected the original connector, and now all that's left is to secure the new digital cluster in the dashboard. I'm going to leave the protective film on for now because it doesn't bother me at all. If you want to remove it from the display, you only need to unclip this frame that sits over the screen. It is also held in place by several locking tabs all around it. Because we kept the original rear cover, we just need to push the cluster and it will clip back into place. Before securing the cluster with the screws, I'm going to test it. I turn the ignition on and we can see the nice Mercedes logo followed by an animation with the dials. Now that I've made sure everything works, I'll install the screws. The trim around the steering column simply clips back into place. We also reinstalled the dimmer adjustment shaft to maintain the OEM look. As I mentioned, it no longer has a functional role. Then I clipped the small trim piece around the dimmer shaft back into place and reinstalled the air vent. And here is the final result, and I really love it. As you could see at the beginning of this video, with the old cluster there was a visible gap at the top. This cluster has a very well finished frame and really gives the impression of being an OEM component. Together with the Android head unit, it makes a very nice combination. I also have a link in the description to a video tutorial and review of that unit. It is quite expensive though, so if you would rather have something very useful and affordable, you'll also find the link in the description to a very good CarPlay screen from AUTOABC, for which I have a 20% discount code. Let me show you what the menu looks like, the available interfaces, and the CarPlay and Android Auto functions. To keep this video shorter, I'll only show you the more important features, but I can assure you that all the original functions are retained. Plug it in, let's go. I like my dogs, I don't like stock. Grab a screwdriver, beat the clock. Wireless, Carplay, Android suit. OM, look for something new. Pop the trim, don't break the clips. Every upgrade's got its tricks. Plug and play, no cutting wires. Factory style with modern vibe. I like mods, yeah, that's my style. Making old cars worth your while. Click and store, then hit the road. Every ride gets upgrade mode. I like mods, fast and clean, better than you've ever seen. DIY, no mystery, building automotive history. Reverse camera crystal clear, digital dash shifting gears, touchscreen lighting up the night. Everything just works just right. Bluetooth calling, maps on screen, factory fit, super clean. Every project one more win. Time to tear the dashboard in. I like mods, yeah, that's my style. Making old cars worth your while. Click and store, then hit the road. Every ride gets upgrade mode. I like mods, fast
nice and clean, better than you've ever seen. DIY, no mystery. Welcome to the DIY scene. No more limits, no more weights. Every build elevates. If you love your ride like I do, I like mods. How about you? I like mods, I like cars, driving highways under stars. Simple upgrades, clean design, making every drive feel right. The DIY workshop, join the ride. Innovation by your side, from the garage to the open road. That's the life I've always known. Touchscreen glowing in the night. Camera view is crystal bright. Hands on wheel, eyes ahead. Every corner smoothly led. No shortcuts, take your time. Every wire falls in line. Learn a skill with every build. Every project gets fulfilled. Every mile, every turn, there's always something new to learn. Every tool, every plan, built by heart, built by hand. Cars are more than steel and chrome. Every driver makes one whole. Every road becomes a story. Every project earns its glory. Factory style with modern views, keeping all the things you choose. Hidden features come alive, making every daily drive. Wireless music, maps that guide, confidence on every ride. Every dashboard tells a tale, every challenge never fails. Weekend mornings in the shop, hey, coffee hot, the music drops. Tools are ready, lights are bright. Everything just feels so right. Measure twice and cut once more. Learning things you've never known before. Little details one by one. That's exactly where the magic starts. It's not about the speed alone.
Let's take Freeway A1 and Freeway A2, European Route 30.
Every single mile, take your time and trust the way. Every project starts one note. Every lesson makes you grow further than you'll ever know. Old or new, it doesn't matter. Every build can make it better. Different brands are come and go, building something with a soul. BMW or Mercedes, Audi, Toyota, driving daily. Every dashboard, every screen, keeping every in-scope clean. Every mile, every turn, there's always something new to learn. Every tool, every plan, built by heart, built by hand. The DI workshop every day, helping drivers find their way. Step by step and roll by roll, every project gets a spark.
As a final conclusion, this cluster is definitely faster than my old one. It integrates perfectly into the dashboard without changing the OEM look of the interior, and it retains all the original functions. Wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and HiCar also help reduce distractions while driving because everything is right in front of us, and thanks to voice assistants, there's no need to keep using the phone. My 2012 ML now has features that many modern cars don't even have from the factory. Why should I buy a super expensive new car that may be less reliable than the older ones when I can make an upgrade like this and continue enjoying this one for many more years? That's about it for this tutorial and review. Don't forget to check the description where you'll find all the videos showing the upgrades I've made to this car, as well as some substantial discount codes, because with the DIY workshop you save money. I wish you safe roads and all the best.